It is standing room only here at the track as qualification has come to a close and the long-awaited tournament begins. Welcome everyone to the Legona 500. I am your host, Ian Clutch Power, and it is tournament time. Let's take a look at the bracket. One of these 16 marble owners will navigate through this entire field and be declared the Legona 500 champion. Today, we've got an East round matchup between the overall number 1 seed Blackbeard and the upstart Mr. Burns. The crowd will wait no longer. Burns on the left in green, Blackbeard on the right in black. They are off and rolling in round number 1. Burns off to a fantastic start around turn 2, straight through the meat grinder. He is at the elevator and headed towards the volcano. He will tumble down the lava river and head towards the gravedigger. He really needs to get off to a fast start if he's going to have any chance to upset the number 1 seed. He is through the first lap and Burns will hit the slide with 1 lap to go in the lead. He spins into the corner, that slows him way down. Can Blackbeard capitalize and make a push now? Burns into turn 2, handles it no problem at all. He's into the meat grinder. He's caught up in the meat grinder, can't find his way out. Blackbeard must be making a push now. Burns really struggling. Here comes Blackbeard and now he's stuck in the meat grinder. Oh, these two marbles are having one terrible time. Can either one find their way through? Finally, they both do, but Blackbeard had momentum and he has the lead. He'll have 3 links heading into the lava river. Can he get out to a 1-0 start? Here comes Blackbeard. He is struggling and now gets tossed up to the top shelf, as does Burns, but Blackbeard will come across the line first. He wins our opening round. Wow, look at these two marbles just struggle in this meat grinder. This was a really tough opening matchup. You can see that as these two marbles come through, Blackbeard is going to have significantly more momentum coming through as they both finally pass through. Burns was slow, and ultimately Blackbeard used that momentum to pick up the win. We are off on round number 2. Burns is in a must-win situation now. Blackbeard off to a good start, looking for the 2-0 sweep to head straight to the quarterfinals. Burns is through the meat grinder. He is on the elevator now. 2 Burns marbles, followed quickly by 1 Blackbeard. Here he comes, down the lava river, into the gravedigger. Let's see how he handles it. Beautifully right through, and he will take a big lead into the final lap of round number 2. Again, Burns must win to stay alive. He's stuck on the fence now, and here comes Blackbeard. Now Blackbeard is having trouble on the Carrot Bridge, but here he comes with a huge burst of speed. Will Blackbeard come through and qualify? Here comes Burns. They are neck and neck. It looks like Burns has a very small lead coming down the lava river. Here he comes. Blackbeard took a short lead, and now it's Burns up on top. Blackbeard can't get through, and Burns comes across the line. He will even the score, but we do have a controversy here. Look at this. We have a Burns marble in the meat grinder that never finished lap number 1. The marble behind Burns is actually the one who was supposed to finish, but Burns pulls a sneaky little move, swaps marbles, and this marble is the one that ultimately crossed the line. But there are no flags on the field, no instant replays that count. Burns evens the score and forces round 3. Here we go, the marbles on the course. 1 winner will advance to the quarterfinals. Blackbeard out to a good lead now, but he's stuck in the meat grinder. 2 of them now get through the meat grinder, as does a Burns. It looks like Blackbeard will have a great chance now as he's got 2 marbles headed down the lava river. Blackbeard has only lost 1 race in the history of this event, and he is looking good now as he crosses the line with 1 lap to go. Blackbeard comes down the slide. How will he handle? Oh, he falls off the slide. Now the second Blackbeard marble is through. Does that give Burns a chance? Oh, Blackbeard struggles with the mushrooms now, slows him way down. He is bouncing around, misses the carrots, and he's into the meat grinder. Takes a huge bounce backwards, and he's caught. Can he get through? Yes, side by side they come to the elevator. It looks like it will be Blackbeard with a 2-length lead. Can he advance and avoid the upset? How will he handle the Gravedigger? It all comes down to this. It is Blackbeard up top. Birds can't do it, and Blackbeard wins it. He will advance to the quarterfinals. It once again came down to the meat grinder on this final lap. Take a look. Blackbeard hung up. Burns tried to squeeze through there, but actually collides, pushing Blackbeard forward. The glance caused Burns to slow way down, and ultimately Blackbeard comes away with the win, avoiding the upset. Mr. Burns gave it everything he had, but ultimately it is Blackbeard advancing to the quarterfinals in the East region. He awaits the winner of Watto and ET. They are up next in our round 1 action. If this opening round matchup is any indication of what we are in for, you are going to see some thrilling races and fantastic finishes as we race towards the Legona Cup Championship. If you don't want to miss a minute of the action, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We will be posting all of the round 1 action with no spoilers from previous action. So if you missed any of the prior coverage, you can always go back and watch it without knowing the outcome. I am Ian Clutch Power. Thank you guys for joining me today. Round 1 action continues with ET versus Watto. We can't wait to see you then. Today, it's an intergalactic matchup of marble racing owners with a trip to the quarterfinals on the line. Welcome, everyone, to the Legona 500. I am your host, Ian Clutch Power, and today's matchup is literally out of this world. So grab your popcorn because it is tournament time. Let's take a quick look at the bracket before the matchup starts today. We are headed to the East region. Blackbeard and Burns have already played their matchup, but we won't spoil the results of that one. You can go back and watch that one in a previous video. Today, Star Wars' Watto takes on the extraterrestrial E.T. And without further ado, we have got Watto on the left in blue, ET and Copper on the right. This is round 1, best of 3 matchup. We are underway. Watto takes an early lead, followed quickly by ET. Watto will be the first by 1 link to climb the elevator and go to the lava river. Let's see. Oh, it looks like ET goes in for the pass. He got a great boost. Who will be the top shelf first? They're both there at the same time, but ET takes the shortcut and he has the lead. 1 lap to go in our opening round. ET spins off of turn 1 brilliantly and heads past the mushrooms with no problem at all. He misses the carrots. Now he is caught up in the meat grinder. Oh no, let's see if Watto can handle it. No, ET gets through now and he will get to the elevator. Half a lap to go. Let's see if ET can go up 1-0. He's got a 5-length lead. Here comes ET into the Gravedigger. Oh no, he's stuck in the rocks with a previous ET marble, and now it's Watto coming through, and he will win it. Watto takes a 1-0 lead. Look at this ET marble just bounce right into the rocks and get wedged. This Gravedigger, you just never know how the bounces are gonna go when you get tossed up to that top shelf. ET fans having a little Reese's Pieces snack, but disappointed with the results. They know now that they are gonna have to win rounds 2 and 3 if they are going to advance. Here we go, round 2. Watto, 1 win away from advancing to the quarterfinals. Here comes 2 Watto marbles, followed by a big burst of speed from ET, but he bumps Watto. Now he's got the lead again, and it'll be ET that's the first to the elevator. Watto falls off the course. Now he's got 2 more marbles in there, but ET has a big lead. Let's see how he handles the Gravedigger. He knocks the creature down onto the track, which will block the track. Oh, ET with a brilliant move. Will that block any other marbles from getting through? Or will ET even be able to get through in lap number 2? We're gonna find out. ET being strategic, down by 1. He enters the meat grinder and goes right through. Oh, ET is half a lap away, but is the course still blocked? We're about to find out. He's headed down the lava river and into the Gravedigger. The blockage is still there. ET to the top shelf. Oh, and now he's stuck. He bumps another ET marble forward, but that one still has a full lap to go. What happens now? Can Watto make a move, win it, and advance? Here comes Watto. Oh, he's stuck. Now everybody's stuck. Here comes another ET. He's past the blockage, and he will win it. Oh, what a wild finish. The first and lead ET marble got stuck on the creature that he left on the track. That opened the door for Watto to get through. He struggled a little bit in the Gravedigger, but when he finally made his way to the top, he actually took 1 bounce and landed straight in the rocks, getting stuck himself. That opened the door for yet another ET marble, who strategically goes wide of the creature, makes it pass, and finishes. We are tied at 1. Round 3, the marbles are on the course. The winner will advance to the quarterfinals to take on the winner of Blackbeard and Burns. Watto's out to an early lead. He's stuck in the meat grinder. That gives ET a chance to pass. He is making his way up the elevator and has a 10-length lead over 2 Watto marbles. ET, can he come back from 0-1 down to win it? He gets caught up a little bit on the wall, and now he is over. He has got 1 lap to go. It looks like Watto is still about 10 lengths behind. ET, he's coming down the stretch now. He's slowed way down. He gets bumped forward by Watto. That burst of speed from Watto was slowed down when he hit ET, and now it's all ET. ET is making his way up. He's got half a lap to go. It looks like the lead is down to 8 lengths. Here comes ET into the Gravedigger. Can he handle it? No, he is stopped on the course. Oh, but Watto bumped it forward, and now it's ET up top. Oh, ET's gonna win it. ET was stuck on the course. He was stopped dead. All Watto had to do was go by him, and he was gonna win it. But Watto comes crashing into ET. That put them both in the Gravedigger at the same time, and ET comes out just ahead of him, finishing first, and it will be ET winning it 2 rounds to 1. He will advance to the quarterfinals. Oh, Watto fans devastated as ET was dead to rights on the course, and Watto just simply could not avoid him. ET advances in the East region. He will take on the winner of Blackbeard and Mr. Burns. We have seen some wild changes of momentum, whether it's spinning off of turn 1, getting caught up in the mushrooms, handling the meat grinder, heading up the elevator, and even the Gravedigger tossing people all the way off the course or into the rocks. You never know what you're gonna see here at the Legona 500, but every bad bounce, every bad turn can result in elimination. If you want to follow along with all the action, hit that subscribe button. My name is Ian Clutch Power. More racing headed your way soon. Thank you for being here today, and we will see you next time. What happens when the weight of an entire empire rests on your shoulders and you face food with nothing to lose? We're gonna find out today. Welcome everyone to the Legona 500. I am your host, Ian Clutch Power, and it is tournament time. Let's take a quick look at the bracket before today's matchup. The East region is set. You can go back and watch those videos, but we won't spoil the results here. Today, we are traveling to the South region, where top 4 seed Grand Moff Tarkin will take on the big underdog Peapod. And if you want to talk about pressure, imagine representing your team with Palpatine and Krennic watching on. And if that's not enough pressure for you, how about Vader and Dooku in the stands with you? Grand Moff Tarkin representing the entire Empire today as a heavy favorite. Can he hold off Peapod? It is time for round 1. Peapod in green on the left, Tarkin in black on the right. They are on the course. It's a best of 3. This is round 1. Tarkin is off to a lead, and now Peapod takes over. Peapod hits the carrot, slows him down. They both get through the meat grinder quickly. They are side by side heading up the elevator. Into the lava river they go, headed towards the gravedigger. Who handles it best? It looks like it is Tarkin by just a hair. Oh, Tarkin actually bumped Peapod, slowed her down, and the lead is 4 lengths going into this final lap. Tarkin can't handle turn 1 very well, and now it's Peapod who hits the mushroom, slows her down. We've got a one-on-one matchup. Who will take the 1-0 lead? They're both caught in the meat grinder now. Neither one can get through. Let's see, it's now Tarkin, followed by 2 Peapods. We've got half a lap to go. Tarkin, with that 4-length lead, heads down the lava river into the gravedigger. He's up top. Peapod can't get there, now does, but is just a hair late, and it is Tarkin, the heavy favorite, takes a 1-0 lead. I tell you what, this one was close the whole way, but look at this little strategic move by Team Tarkin. The lead Tarkin marble comes down the stretch, followed quickly by Peapod. Peapod was right on his heels. Now look at the second Tarkin marble come in, sacrifice himself by bumping Peapod, and that slowed Peapod way down. Ultimately, that was the difference in round 1. Tarkin will take a 1-0 lead into round number 2. To say the fate of the galaxy rests in the results of this race is probably overdoing it. This is only round 1, but you can see the crowd is on the edge of their seats. They love their vegetables, but it doesn't look good for Peapod now. Before we get to round 2, let's quickly review the bracket. This South region also has Big Bird and Fright Night in it. The winner of this Tarkin Peapod matchup will face the winner of Big Bird and Fright Night coming up next. The winner of that will head to the Final Four. We're ready for round number 2. Again, Peapod on the left in green. Tarkin, one win away in black. It is Peapod out to a little bit of a lead now. Tarkin takes over. Tarkin and Peapod back and forth. Oh, Tarkin, the heavy favorite, shoots through the meat grinder and gets to the elevator quickly. Now Peapod is on the elevator, but way behind. Tarkin to the Gravedigger, up on top quickly, slows down a little bit on the turn, but ultimately gets through lap number 1 with ease. It is all Tarkin right now. Oh, he spins into the corner. That slows him down a little bit. Will that give Peapod a chance to get back in it? We'll have to wait and see. We don't see Peapod anywhere on the screen now. It's all Tarkin. He's now caught up in the meat grinder, and here comes Peapod through. Peapod with now a 1-length lead. Can she even the score at 1? She's going to have to hustle down the lava river. Tarkin is so good in the Gravedigger. Up on top. Oh, it is all Tarkin. Tarkin across the finish line. He sweeps Peapod 2-0. Peapod gave it everything she had. She had a small lead on the lava river heading towards the Gravedigger. But Tarkin is in the top 4 seed for nothing. He gets into the Gravedigger, times it absolutely perfectly, gets launched to the top shelf before Peapod, and it was all she wrote. The Empire is going to be a tough out here all the way through this field of 16. If you are a vegetable fan, you are going to have to wait until next year. Congratulations to Star Wars Universe as the Empire and Grand Moff Tarkin advance in the South region to the Elite 8. He awaits the Big Bird Fright Night winner. They are up next. They will have their hands full with Grand Moff Tarkin. An absolutely dominant performance during qualifying, and now another dominant performance in the round of 16. The Empire proudly watches from the mothership as their marble Grand Moff Tarkin has advanced. I don't even know what it's going to take to beat Grand Moff Tarkin. If he's going to be that good in the Gravedigger, it will take a special performance to knock him out of this tournament. If you want to follow along with all the action at the Legona 500, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We have lots of round 1 action still to come on this channel as we race towards the Legona Cup Final. My name is Ian Clutch Power. Thank you for joining us today. And all I can say now is, long live the Empire. The race to the Legona Cup Championship heads down south today. Welcome everyone to the Legona 500. I am your host, Ian Clutch Power, and it is tournament time. We are headed to the South region today where Sesame Street's Big Bird will take on the CMF hopeful Fright Night. The winner of this matchup will take on the winner of Tarkin and Peapod, who have finished their matchup, but we won't spoil the results. You can go back and watch that video after this one. It's time for round one. We've got Fright Night in blue on the left, Big Bird on the right in yellow. They're off and rolling. This is a best of 3 matchup, and Fright Night is off to a fantastic start. He goes wide of the carrots, blasts straight through the meat grinder, and is on the elevator. Big Bird off to a little bit of a slow start, is 7 links behind. Here comes Fright Night down the lava river and into the Gravedigger. He's struggling in the Gravedigger. Can he find his way out? Big Bird's in there as well. Big Bird gets up first, but Fright Night takes a shortcut. He will finish lap 1 in the lead. Fright Night now, 1 lap to go. Can he go up 1-0? Bouncing off of the walls a little bit. He's past the mushrooms and in the lead. He's around turn 2 and the carrots with no problem at all. He goes straight through the meat grinder, and he's now half a lap from picking up a 1-0 lead. It looks like Big Bird has closed the lead a little bit, but it's going to be Fright Night first into the Gravedigger. He's struggling again. He goes high in the air, bounces off the rock, goes left, and ultimately picks up the round 1 win. Whoa! Fright Night was struggling a couple of times in the Gravedigger. Ultimately, he got launched way up into the air and may have gotten a little lucky as he bounced to the left off of this huge rock that could have very easily sent him off the course, but instead he got control, came across the finish line, and Fright Night leads 1-0. Big Bird now in a big hole. His hopes at a Legona Cup are dwindling. He's gonna have to win round 2. We are off and rolling again. Big Bird gets bumped by Fright Night, and Fright Night maintains the lead. Here comes Big Bird with a big burst of speed, but he hits the carrots, and he is not able to get through the meat grinder. Fright Night he's up on the elevator. He struggled with the Gravedigger in both laps in round 1. How will he handle the trip now? He drops in, goes high in the air. Now he's being tossed around, can't get out, and he's been thrown off the course. A second Fright Night marble gets through, but the lead marble may have lost time to Big Bird. Big Bird struggled getting across the line. He's now way behind. Fright Night is 1 lap away from advancing. He avoids the Big Bird marble that was dead on the course. Around turn 2 he comes, and he's stuck in the meat grinder. Here comes Big Bird now. He's stuck in the meat grinder. Big Bird's in a must-win situation. He now has the lead of 2 links over Fright Night with half a lap to go. Can Big Bird get through quickly? This Gravedigger has been tough on both competitors. Big Bird's up and through. Fright Night can't get through again. And Big Bird evens the score at 1. Fright Night is very clearly the faster marble, but he is really struggling in the obstacles. In particular, that Gravedigger has been brutal. Just a quick preview, take a look at that West region. Banana, Leia, Slimer, and Mr. T are coming soon. But for now, we've got a tiebreaker. Will Fright Night advance, or will it be Big Bird? We're 2 laps away from finding out. Fright Night coming around turn 2. He takes out a carrot, leaving it in his wake. Marbles struggling to get past the carrot. Now 2 Big Bird marbles are through. In fact, we've got 7 marbles on the elevator all at once. Fright Night about to drop into the Gravedigger. He finally handles it well, but so does Big Bird. Now Fright Night will take the lead of 7 links going into 1 final lap of round 3. Fright Night spins out a little bit on turn 1, slows down on the carrot bridge, and that gives Big Bird a chance to get back in it. Oh, Big Bird tried to split the carrots. That slowed him way down, but then he blasts right through the meat grinder. Now suddenly Big Bird is going to have a chance to win this thing. He's coming back from 0-1 down. He's even the score. Can he get through the Gravedigger? Oh no, he's stuck in the rocks. Now who's going to get out of the Gravedigger? It is Big Bird, and once again Fright Night cannot get out of the Gravedigger. Oh, the faster and superior racer was Fright Night all along, but he just couldn't handle the Gravedigger.
That storyline haunted Fright Night over and over. Look at this. That must be a dozen times that Fright Night gets tossed up and never gets out of the gravedigger. Big Bird was the slower racer, but much more consistent in the obstacles, and he will advance in the South region to the Elite Eight to take on the winner of Tarkin and Peepa. This West region is shaping up to be a tremendous battle. Banana has still never lost a race at the Legona 500. Meanwhile, Leia just snuck in. And on the other side of that bracket, Slimer and Mr. T will have an epic battle, no doubt. Who will reach the Legona 500 Final Four? We will find out in the near future. No doubt, being a fast marble is an advantage, but there's more to it than that. You've got to be able to handle the obstacles cleanly, and Big Bird demonstrated that brilliantly today. If you're having fun at the Legona 500, make sure you hit that subscribe button. My name is Ian Clutch Power. Thank you for joining me today. Much more Legona 500 action coming your way in the near future. We will see you next time. It's not very often that someone with royal bloodlines is considered an underdog, but today, a princess takes on a juggernaut. Welcome everyone to the Legona 500. I am your host, Ian Clutch Power, and it is tournament time. Let's take a look at the bracket today. We are headed to the West region, where top seed Banana, who has not lost a single race in this entire event, takes on Princess Leia. She just barely squeaked into the field of 16, and today they will battle for a spot in the Elite Eight. We are ready for round one. Leia in white on the left, Banana in yellow on the right. They are on the course for this best of three matchup. Here comes Leia off to a good start. She goes into the meat grinder, gets hung up a little bit. These marbles are slow out of the gate. Now 3 banana marbles and a Leia are through. Banana makes his way up to the top, and he's down the lava river now. Here comes Banana into the gravedigger. He's caught up a little bit now. Leia actually the first to get through, but Banana goes in for a quick pass. Now it's 2 bananas and 2 Leias approaching the top of the hill and the final lap. Banana comes through with 2 marbles. He has a commanding lead now. But here comes Leia, not far behind. Banana around turn 2. Oh, look at that bounce that Leia took off the carrot. She ricocheted with some speed, and now she has the lead. Can Leia pull a huge upset here? Banana's never lost a round during qualifying. Leia stuck in the gravedigger. Can she get up top? She does, and Leia is going to pull off the round 1 upset. Look at this ricochet. Banana had a big lead. Leia off the carrot. A big boost of acceleration straight through the meat grinder, and she goes on to take a 1-0 lead. Banana now suddenly facing elimination. Leia gets off to a good start in round 2, but now she's really slowed through the carrot bridge. Here comes Banana. He's trying to make a move. He cuts inside of Leia. He's straight through the meat grinder. Oh, Leia gets stopped on the course, and that gives Banana a chance to make a move. He's half a length behind as they approach the lava river. Here comes Leia and Banana into the grave digger. Who's up top first? It's Leia. Oh, a Leia marble gets stuck. Here comes Banana. He's significantly behind. Leia's only 1 lap away from pulling a monumental upset. Oh, she falls off the course. Here comes Banana and Leia. Oh, now Leia explodes. She's caught up on the mushrooms. Can Leia pull this off? Here comes Banana. Oh, Banana steals her move. Did you see that? Banana explodes through turn 2, stealing Leia's move with the ricochet off the carrot. It's all Banana. Can he pull the round 2 win and even this thing? He's up on top. Leia's up as well, but she's too late, and Banana evens the score at 1. Look at Banana ricochet off the carrot, stealing the Princess Leia move. That gave him a huge lead. Oh, Leia's furious. She has fire in her eyes. She's so mad her hair isn't even smooth anymore. Regardless, we are tied at 1 going into round number 3. Banana and Leia, only one can advance in the West region. Now Leia's stuck in a mushroom, and that gives Banana a chance to pass. He tries to pull the Leia move again, but got hung up a little bit on the wall. Who's gonna get through the meat grinder first? It's Banana. Banana makes his way to the elevator. I don't see Leia in sight. Can she recover from the sheer rage of the Banana stealing her move? Banana's up top now, no sign of Leia. 1 lap to go. Banana makes his way to the slides. Can he get down them cleanly? He does. He bounces through, and he's headed towards the carrot bridge. He's a little slow over the bridge. Fatigue may be starting to play a role for Banana here. He comes and misses the carrots this time. He's through the meat grinder, no problem. He's half a lap away, but here comes Leia. 6 lengths. Banana's gonna have a chance to avoid the upset. Here he comes into the gravedigger. He can't get up top. Now he's up top. Here comes Leia. Oh, Leia goes in for the pass, and she's gonna win it. Oh, it's a monumental upset. What a wild finish here at the Legona 500. Take another look. Banana gets to the top shelf first, but Leia, with some wild counterclockwise spin, lands and accelerates forward, blasts past the Banana marble, and picks up the round 3 win. Take one more look at the English that Leia plays on that second bounce there, accelerating her forward past the Banana marble, and this may be the biggest upset in Legona 500 history. Leia, overjoyed. She has fixed her hair. She is celebrating with the crowd. What a moment here at the track. So Banana, a favorite to get deep into this tournament, is eliminated, and Princess Leia advances in the West region. She will take on the winner of Mr. T and Slimer. They have their matchup up next. You're not gonna wanna miss a moment of that action. Princess Leia, a heavy underdog coming into today, finds a way in round 3, channeling that rage from Banana stealing her move, pulls off the late pass, and gets the victory. We have so much more action here at the Legona 500. If you're having fun, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We have more action coming from the West and North regions soon. My name is Ian Clutchpower. Thank you for joining us today, and we will see you next time. After a long wait, two American icons make their tournament debuts today. Welcome, everyone, to the Legona 500. My name is Ian Clutch Power. I will be your host today, and it is tournament time. Today, we have a fantastic matchup out in the West region. We have Slimer, responsible for many American nightmares and hot dog consumption, taking on American bad boy Mr. T. Two icons from the 80s will battle for one spot in the Elite Eight. We are ready for round one action. Slimer in green on the left, Mr. T in red on the right. They are down the slides and on the course. It looks like it is a very tight battle. Now Slimer pulls ahead. Slimer into turn two, past the carrots with no trouble, gets caught up in the meat grinder a little bit, and that gives Mr. T a chance to get through. Look at all these marbles on the elevator at one time. Mr. T will be the first down the lava river and head into the gravedigger. He's up top quickly. Now a second Mr. T along with a Slimer, and it is still close going into the final lap of round number one. Remember, this is a best of three matchup. Here comes T through the mushrooms with no problem at all, past the carrots and into the meat grinder. He gets bumped a little bit. Now the second one goes flying through. Mr. T in a dominant position now with 5-length lead going into the lava river. Can he get through the gravedigger and take a 1-0 lead? Oh, he flies up the course. Mr. T, a dominant performance in round one. And look at this, the American bad boy is already celebrating. He's got a motorcycle parade going up the lava river. Mr. T, you've got to get some control of yourself. Now the fans are on the track. Mr. T, you are a role model. Oh no, we've got children on the course in this parade. This thing has already gotten completely out of control, and Mr. T only leads 1-0. Slimer now faces elimination as we start round two. Marbles are on the track, and here we go. Slimer out to a lead. Now Mr. T comes shooting forward. Oh, Mr. T gets caught up in the carrots, and that gives Slimer 3 marbles out to the lead. Slimer making his way up the elevator and down the lava river. Those carrots slowed T way down, and now it is all Slimer. I don't even see T on the course, and Slimer, looking to even this thing up, will come down the slide for the final lap. He's looking to even the score at 1. Over the mushrooms he goes. He's caught up a little bit. Maybe that gives T a chance to catch up. Slimer misses the carrots completely, misses the meat grinder completely, and he is cruising. Can he handle the gravedigger and even this thing at 1? We're about to find out. Here he comes. Oh no, he's stuck. He's stuck. Oh, now he's got the gravedigger stuck. What happens now? Slimer looking to even the score now. What in the world is going to happen now? Oh, here comes another Slimer marble. He bumps him forward. The gravedigger restarts, and Slimer will get across the line. Slimer has tied things at 1. It looked like Mr. T was in a dominant position here on this opening lap, but look at him get caught up in the carrots. The American bad boy struggles with those carrots, even bumps them again, and those 3 Slimer marbles ultimately went on to get the round 2 win. Slimer evens the score at 1. Wait, what is happening now? We are hovering over lap number 2 here. Oh, Mr. T, get some control of yourself. Mr. T is so mad. He's enraged. He's got a chainsaw on the course. Those carrots he thinks cost him round number 2, and he's destroying the course. We need a cleanup crew before round 3, but they're on the course. What happens now? It's a winner-take-all round 3 Slimer. It looks like the carrots have returned. They grow quickly. Now Slimer with a big lead as he enters the lava river. It looks like T is about 8 laps behind. He's going to have to get some control of his emotions if he's going to have any chance to win this thing, because Slimer is in a good position. Now here comes Mr. T. They are neck and neck entering the final lap. It'll be Slimer entering the slides just ahead, but T explodes off of turn 1 and he's got the lead. Can he avoid those carrots? This time he does. He enters the meat grinder and unfortunately is caught up in the meat grinder. Nobody can seem to get through. Now Mr. T gets through. He is chased quickly by Slimer, who's only 2 links back. Mr. T has been dominant and also poorly behaved. Can Slimer teach him a lesson? Here he comes into the Gravedigger. It's T up first, and it's going to be T across the line. Mr. T, American bad boy, is going to advance, but how did it happen? Mr. T was up first, making his way down the ramp. It looked like an easy win. Here comes Slimer to make a move, and oh my gosh, he collided with Mr. T in midair. It sent Slimer the wrong direction, and ultimately Mr. T wins the matchup 2-1 and will advance to the Elite 8 in the West region. What an absolute battle we had today. Slimer fans showed up in droves today. You can see all the Slimer fans. They are going home disappointed. But the story of the day is American bad boy Mr. T. He drove motorcycles on the course. He used chainsaws to destroy the obstacles. And yet no one was able to get him under control. No one was able to teach him a lesson. He will advance to the Elite 8. Can anybody beat Mr. T? Or will his dominance continue? This story isn't over as the tournament action is just beginning. If you want to follow along, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a moment of Legona 500 action. My name is Ian Clutch Power. Thank you for joining us today, and we will see you for North Region action coming up soon.
The defending champions are in the building, and they are ready to make a run at back-to-back championships. Welcome, everyone, to the Legona 500. I am Ian Clutch Power. I will be your host today, and it is tournament time. Let's take a quick look at the bracket. We are now headed to the North region, where our defending champion Islanders will take on Jasmine in the opening round. Jasmine actually earned a top 3 seed during qualifying. She's no slouch in this event and may be a handful for the Islanders. But the Islander fans got here early. They have incredibly high expectations of their defending champion, and they have packed the stands and are ready to cheer on their brother. It's no easy task knocking off a defending champion. Jasmine will do her best, but it is going to be a tall task to knock out the home favorite. We are ready for round 1. Islanders on the left in yellow, Jasmine in copper on the right. We are headed down the opening stretch with Islanders in the lead. 2 Islander marbles go around turn 2. One gets caught up a little bit in the carrots. The other goes straight through the meat grinder and is now on the elevator. Jasmine 7 links behind as the Islander heads down the lava river. Makes his way up the Gravedigger, no problem. He looks like a defending champion right away. He's through the first lap with no problem, on to the final lap of round 1, and Jasmine is nowhere in sight. The Islander spins up into the corner. That'll slow him down some. Here comes another Islander not far behind. They say rubbin's racing, but these two Islanders almost look like they're competing rather than teammates. They both get hung up in the meat grinder, and now it's Jasmine coming through. Suddenly, Jasmine has a chance to steal round 1 away from the Islanders. She's into the Gravedigger, straight up through, and she'll finish with the round 1 win. Islander fans totally stunned by what they just saw. They expected a runaway win from their defending champion, and a little turmoil within the ranks may have cost them. Look at them both now come through the meat grinder. The first Islander marble gets glanced to the side. Both of these Islander marbles ultimately get knocked backwards. Jasmine goes through perfectly cleanly and goes on to win round 1. Oh, the real story here is Islanders, are they going to be able to rally from 1 down here, or are the defending champions somehow going to get knocked out early of this tournament? We are on to round number 2. The marbles are on the course. Jasmine is 1 win away from advancing, but knocking out a defending champion is not an easy task. Here comes an Islander. Jasmine gets bounced backward, and the champ is back in the lead. He's got a 4-length lead over Jasmine with a few marbles chasing behind them. Here comes Islanders into the Gravedigger, struggling a little bit now, and it's Jasmine up first. Jasmine across the line. She's suddenly 1 lap away from a huge upset. Here comes Jasmine down the slide. She handles turn 1 well. She's headed over the carrot bridge now, bumps the mushrooms a little bit, but she's through. Now she's past the carrots and into the meat grinder. She gets through cleanly. Look out, here comes Jasmine. Suddenly, Islanders with a 6-length deficit is on the verge of elimination. Jasmine into the Gravedigger, can't get up. Now she does. Islanders goes in for the pass, but it's half a second late. And just like that, it's over. Jasmine pulls the upset. She's headed to the Elite 8, and our defending champion is gone. Look at the Islanders making 1 last-ditch effort here to get through, but not quite able to do it, and Jasmine sweeps the champs. What a moment for Disney fans everywhere. Jasmine representing all of Agrabah. Her hopes of hoisting a trophy remain, and Islander fans who packed for a long tournament run are suddenly sent home packing. I think everybody's happy for Jasmine, but everyone's just a little stunned. So it's Jasmine who advances to the Elite 8 here in the North region. She will take on the winner of King of the Dead and the Vampire Basis. They are the only Sweet 16 matchup remaining. If you missed any of the other Sweet 16 matchups, you can go back and watch those races now, but we won't spoil who won and advanced in the East, South, and West region. Jasmine may be the only one that's not surprised by this result. I know I'm completely stunned. I tell you what, though, there may be a couple other people that aren't surprised as well. Take a look at 2 special spectators for this event. We have got Aladdin and the Genie in the crowd. They are thrilled for their friend and will no doubt be in attendance for the Elite 8 matchup coming up soon. The Islanders were worthy champions in the Castle Legona 500 season, and they managed to qualify for this event. But you can't take anything for granted because the tides can turn quickly. With this blink of an eye, the Islanders are gone. We will crown a new champion this year. You're not going to want to miss a minute of the action. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are 1 matchup away from naming our Elite 8 and heading to some quarterfinal action. My name is Ian Clutch Power. Thank you for joining us today at the Legona 500. We will see you next time.
When two scary monsters who also happen to be rivals get paired in the first round of the Legona 500 tournament, tensions inevitably will be high. Welcome everyone to the Legona 500. I am your host, Ian Clutch Power, and it is tournament time. We have only one spot left in the Elite Eight, and today we travel to the North region where King of the Dead will take on the Vampire Bassist in a best 2 out of 3 matchup. The winner will take on either Jasmine or the defending champion Islander. King of the Dead and Vampire Bassist have been long rivals. They don't like each other at all. And look at this, they've got a stare off before we ever get to round one. These two do not like each other at all. It's time for round one. On the left in green, we've got the King. On the right in black, we've got the Vampire. They are off and rolling. Vampire off to a nice little start, bounces off the carrot, gets a little push forward from the King, and she has the lead. She's on the elevator, headed toward the lava river. King, several links back. Let's see how she handles the Gravedigger. She's struggling a little bit, can't get up top, and it's actually the King that comes up first. He's followed quickly by a pair of Vampire Marbles and 2 more Kings after that. Lap 1 didn't separate them by much, and it's anybody's game with 1 lap to go. They're side by side, and now Vampire gets slightly ahead through the mushrooms, misses the carrots into the Gravedigger, and she's through just barely. Lost a ton of speed, and Vampire making a little push. King with 2 marbles not far behind. How will the Vampire handle the Gravedigger? Can she take a 1-0 lead? She's struggling. She's up on top. Here comes the King, but not in time. It is going to be Vampire. She's going to cross the line and take a 1-0 lead. Vampire was first and managed to get just enough momentum moving forward. It looked like King came up and tried to bump her, but was just a hair too late. And Vampire finds herself 1 win away from the quarterfinals. Heated rivalries like this mean more than just advancing in a tournament. They mean bragging rights, and you can see Vampire is letting the King have it after her round 1 win. Let's see if King of the Dead can rally here in round number 2. They are headed down the slides and onto the course. Vampire and King side by side really struggle over the carrots. Now they're through and picking up speed as they head towards the meat grinder. Neither one can get through, and all sorts of marbles are caught up. Now we've got 1 from each team through, and it looks like the King has the lead as he approaches the top of the hill. Down the lava river he comes and in towards the Gravedigger, struggling mightily, and Vampire's up on top. She's going to have the lead after 1 lap, and she is now 1 win away from bragging rights and a trip to the Elite Eight. She spins off of turn 1, loses a little speed, now hits the wall and slows way down. Here come 2 king marbles after her, but now she accelerates and pulls away. Let's see how she handles the meat grinder. She can't handle it, and King now has the lead. King up to the final stretch, trying to force a third and tie-breaking round. He's into the Gravedigger, up on top, a little bit slow. I thought he was gonna get stuck, but he frees himself, and now he is across the line. It really looked like Vampire was in control of this thing. She had 2 marbles ready to go through the meat grinder. Neither one could find their way through. King smoothly through and goes on to force round number 3. Oh, they are now at the finish line, chest to chest in each other's faces. This is what rivalries do. Things are hot and heated on the track as we go to the tie-breaking round number 3. 1 marble goes on to the Elite 8. The other is done for this year. It looks like King is out to a small lead. He gets through the meat grinder and he is headed towards the elevator. Looks like now it's 2 king marbles and 2 vampire marbles. All 4 coming into the Gravedigger. Who's gonna get up first? Oh, Vampire got up very smoothly through and she's through round 1. She'll head up the elevator and into the final lap with the advantage. An excellent turn 1 has her headed through, but now she's bouncing off of the fences, slowed way down. She goes past a dead king marble on the track, and she's headed into the meat grinder. Oh, she's getting caught up in the meat grinder, and now it's King of the Dead through. King of the Dead's gonna have a chance to win this thing. He's at the top of the elevator, headed down the lava river. How will he handle the Gravedigger? He gets tossed all the way off the course. He went backwards. And now they're all in the Gravedigger. Who's gonna come out first? Here comes 2 vampires and a king, and it's Vampire. Vampire gets across the line first and wins it. Oh, this king marble was in once. It looked like that was the moment, but went to the side a little bit, get caught in the wrong side of the shovels and got tossed all the way off the course. Devastating news for King of the Dead and Lord of the Rings fans. But the vampire bassist, she will play her sweet music all the way into the Elite 8 after a dramatic finish in the Gravedigger. The old saying that it's not over till it's over is so true when that Gravedigger looms there at the end of this racetrack. Congratulations to the vampire bassist. She advances in the North region and will take on the winner of Jasmine and Islander. That matchup has already been played out. We won't spoil it here, but you can go back and watch that video now to find out who will take on the vampire bassist. In fact, now our entire Elite 8 field is set. The East, South, West, and North regions are complete, and we will have Elite 8 action coming to you soon. It looks like the vampire bassist has hitched a ride and is celebrating with the Nightmare King. We are one step closer to a Legona 500 champion. If you don't want to miss a minute of the action, make sure you hit that subscribe button. My name is Ian Clutch Power. Thank you for joining us today. Make sure you clear your calendars because Elite 8 action is coming up next. We will see you next time.